Have you ever wondered what does it take to become a Geoguessr pro? Well, I've wondered that too. So today I'm going to be playing on the Pro World map in Geoguessr and seeing if I have what it takes to become a Geoguessr pro. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. All right, we've got a little antenna. We've got white outer lines, white middle, a license plate with no blue strip. What am I thinking here? I think my initial thought was like Finland, but now I'm thinking maybe Russia. Just because, I mean, like the long outer lines could be Finland, I think, because of like road lines, but the coverage just doesn't, I don't know. And then the license plate thing too, I feel like it's gonna be, these leaves of like whatever this plant is, low-key reminds me of like Hokkaido cabbage, but I mean, obviously we're not in Japan just because of like the road lines and everything. But could we be nearby in Russia and be like somewhere up here? I don't think so. I feel like it is Russia. I'm gonna go like north of St. Petersburg. I don't know if that's a bad guess because I'm like low-key hedging for like Finland too, but let's see how close this is. Okay, I will honestly take that. I was definitely not expecting 4K there, especially if you're not being sure of the country at the start. But we got 4K. We were 400 kilometers away, closer to Stanovo. Okay. All right, there's a pole here. Amazing. We have a road, a little bit of a blue front of the car, but not like bumpy or anything. A big hill, a big pine. And something on the pole that's like yellow, maybe like whatever, like yellow pole paint. This is an interesting pole because it's not like circular, it's not octagonal. What vibes am I getting here? Well, I had many thoughts. I guess the thoughts that I had. So I had thoughts of like maybe Mexico, like southern Mexico somewhere, but I feel like the pole would be different. Colombia, so I was thinking Colo. I also had New Zealand for a hot second. And then also Southeast Asia. Like, I'm really not sure here. Like, I feel like the pole I don't recognize, but because it's something I don't know, I feel like it can't be, like, Mexico, because I think I would, like, know it's a Mexico pole. What does a Colo pole look like? I mean, I think with, like, the vegetation and everything, I'm, like, leaning more, like, South America than, like, Southeast Asia because like the plants just don't give Southeast Asia, but the blue-ish / gray front of car is throwing me off a little bit. I low-key feel like this poll is probably giving so much information to people out there like what country it is, but I don't recognize it. We're gonna go in Colo. I'll probably go like maybe a little bit north of Sincelejo and we'll see where it is. Okay, it was Mexico, so we did not get a lot of points there. We got 1.5. It was in Chiapas, which I think if I was going to guess in Mexico, that would make sense because there tends to be like different like vegetation here than, you know, like near CDMX or whatever. But yeah, not my greatest guess. That's okay. I think the bluish front of the car probably should have given it away for me, but the pole just looked like a little too weird, like not like the normal Mexico pole. So that's okay. We learn from mistakes. Okay. First of all, we have triple middle line, so thinking like South Africa, Bots, Lesotho, Eswatini. Yellow outer, something farm, okay. And we have flags, red, white, and red, but I don't think those are like the flags of like any of the countries down there. There is a sign with some sort of like city on it and like also how far away it is, but I unfortunately do not have it that close to me. What am I thinking here? Okay, so I'm probably gonna think South Africa. These mountains, I'm like, sometimes I think mountains look like Lesotho mountains, but they're not Lesotho mountains. I don't think they are. I know that there's like mountains that I sometimes get confused with the Lesotho mountains that are like kind of down here. So I kind of want to just go like near, like, I'll go near Fraserburg and we'll see how close it is, but I think I'm in the right country. Okay, honestly, pretty good guess. We got 4.5 there. We were closer to Mareisburg, But we got the right country, so we'll definitely take that. And 4.5 is not a bad score at all. All right, so we have a pole with holes in it. So I'm thinking Thailand holy pole, right? But then there's reddish dirt, which made me think more Cambodia off the start. But I don't think that's a Cambo pole. There's a little bit of like a rip in the sky there, unless that's just like some sort of a cloud thing in the back. There's a puppy. Hello, puppy. This thing on the pole. I mean, I think I have to go Thailand because of the pole. But where in Thailand? Maybe I'm gonna go like near Buriram, like kind of close to the Cambo border, because I feel like the reddish dirt is reminiscent more of Cambodia to me, but I don't know where it appears a lot in Thailand, so I'll go here. Okay, not a bad guess again. We got 4.4. We're closer to Yasothon in Thailand. Okay. Ooh, this is some sort of cam that I should definitely know. 2025, really red dirt, really like hazy coverage. Like we're kind of like really high in the clouds. Okay, what am I thinking here? My first thought was like Nepal, maybe. I really haven't studied Nepal coverage like at all. But like low-key, I feel like it's giving me Nepal, but I don't know if like the reddish dirt is very common there. I think this is going to be a tricky one. Like the quality of the camera is questionable. But 2025 is like very recent. I feel like the only thought in my head is Nepal. I don't even know if this is the right country, but I think I just have to go with it based on like instinct. So I'll go near Python and we'll see where we are. Okay, I'll take it. We got 3.9, but we got the right country, so I guess my instinct was good there, even though I haven't really studied Nepal. We're closer to Pakribas, though, which is on the eastern side of Nepal. All right, we got 18.4K there. Not bad. Let's play this again and see how I do. Okay. It's giving stop sign. It's giving US. Okay. Tons. Okay, Carlisle. Carlisle? Any Twilight fans out there? Carlisle? Okay. Sorry, I feel like anytime I just see like a Twilight reference, I'm gonna like plug it or something. Low-key, like Twilight meta, or like when I see a location in like the US or Canada that I'm like, this could be in Twilight, that's how I know it's on like the West Coast, or like I feel like it's on the West Coast, you know, kind of like Washington or maybe BC if it's Canada. So I'm just like, is it giving Twilight? And then I'll go like, you know, in Washington or BC, but that's like a fake meta. Well, it's not even a fake meta because a lot of Twilight was filmed there, but it's not really like a real meta. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, tons. What am I thinking here? Midwest, Southern. I mean, there's some sort of sign there that's like a brown back of the sign and like a shape of like a shield symbol, but I can't see like the state name on it. The license plate is like white-ish, but it's not super distinctive because it's kind of far away. This one's like a little bit yellow, but not sure if that's because of like the license plate or maybe just like, you know, something in the weather, the background. I don't really see yellow in this plate. It kind of just looks like a generic like white plate too. There's like numbers on the pole. Okay, so definitely in the US. Some place with a lot of like, I don't even know what this thing is in the back. There's a gas station here, I think. I want to say it's giving like Indiana, like kind of low-key Midwest, but not like so deep in there. I'll go like near Carmel and we'll see where we are. I'm not sure of the state here, but I think we got the country right for sure. Okay, stop. We're in Illinois. Okay, honestly, I'll take it. That like for being in the US, which is like, you know, very wide country, I could have been way further there, so we'll definitely take 4.3K. Amazing. Okay, red dirt. A little bit of a white shiny front of the car. This is an interesting pole. Why is it so like triangular? Like I feel like I don't know a lot of triangular poles, and then there's a coil on the left and right. Very, very red dirt. Okay, greenish hills. Very tall tree back there, but I don't know what kind of tree it is. I feel like I have to go Brazil here, right? Like seeing the red dirt at the start made me think Brazil or made me think Cambo, but like the trees aren't giving Southeast Asia or like Cambo at all. The pole's a little interesting though. I feel like I can't see like the ladders or anything normally that I'd see in like a Brazil pole. Part of me also thought Paraguay, but I think that the silver truck would show unless the blur has changed at some point. I'll low-key... Okay, where am I going to go in Brazil if I'm going Brazil? I mean, this is very tall grass on the side of the road. I'll go in Tocantins. Like, maybe it's like Tocantins grass. I don't know. We could even be in the wrong country, so... Well, I'll guess here, and we'll see where we are. You know, not the best guess, not the worst guess. We were in Brazil, so I did get the right country, but we were in Mato Grosso, closer to Rio Alegre. Okay, so I could have been closer there, but didn't know my region guessing, unfortunately. Okay, we have a silver truck with black, like, stripes on the top of the truck. We're driving on the left side of the road, it looks like. Left side of the road. Kenya? This is not... I think it has to be, right? I don't know. On rare occasions, mix up like the Kenya and Senegal trucks, like just by looking at the color of the truck. But I believe because we were driving on the left because of this like one car in the back, which means we probably shouldn't be in Senegal. I don't know if the landscape is even giving Senegal anyway upon further review, and there's no French style poles, so I'm thinking Kenya here. I'll go like maybe near Nakuru, like between Eldama Ravine and Nakuru, and we'll see where we are, but I think this is the right country, hopefully. Okay. Wow, I think that might have been the best guess of like all the rounds I've had so far. We were in Kenya, so I'm glad I arrived at that conclusion. We were closer to Nandi Hills, but I got 4.8, which I think is like my best singular round yet. So we'll definitely take that. Okay. It's giving, okay, ooh, not what I thought it was giving. So I thought it was giving Europe at the start, but we've got like this interesting car blur in 2025 copyright, which... What is that even telling me? Okay, we have a bollard here. I feel like this bollard with like the rectangle on the right could only be like Australia or Turkey, but I mean, I think with like the blur of the car, it kind of has to be Turkey, right? Because Australia doesn't really have like car blur like that, but then is this landscape giving Turkey? I don't know where... I think I have to go Turkey here, right? Because of like the bollard plus truck blur, even though I'm not sure here. Part of me thinks Australia still. Part of me thought like Slovenia, but I think the bollards would be different. So I think I will go like near Dusce in Turkey. It was Austria? Okay. I'm fine with my guess. I got the wrong country, of course. I could have been a lot closer there. I think with the information I had, I probably shouldn't have gone Turkey because like the landscape wasn't really giving Turkey, right? And then I said Slovenia at one point, which would have been obviously a lot closer, but still the wrong country. That's okay. I think I just didn't pick up the vibe there, but we're gonna learn from that. So that is all right. All right, white outer, a truck with a coil, right side driving. Okay. Truck with a coil, right side driving. Guardrail with like the red reflectors in it. A Volvo truck, okay. I think that's in Cyrillic, so this is going to be Kazakhstan. I'm pretty sure. Don't really know Kazakhstan region guessing yet, so I'll go near Atbasar and we'll see where we are. Okay, we'll take it because it was the right country, but we were a lot further south near Ashibulak. Well, I got 17k there, not bad. I'm going to play this map one more time and see if I can get a better score and if I'm ready to become a Geoguessr pro. Alright, ooh. Okay. Blur in the truck. Reddish dirt around kind of like white rocks. And like these like bushes, which is interesting. That's like a very like square building in the back. Okay. Can't really see any other buildings, but I see like the transformer in the back. There's a little bit of a coil. Okay. So I think Namibia, right? With like the dirt, the coil. I was thinking Namibia at the start, but then I'm like, I feel like I'd see more of the truck, but I think that's a Namibia coil. I know Namibia and Oman trucks can look very similar, but I feel like the climate maybe is giving more Namibia, unless I'm like wrong, because like the square building, don't know. Yeah, I think I have to go Namibia here. I feel stronger about that. I'll go near Kalkfeld, and we'll see where it is. Okay, we'll take 4K. We were in Namibia. We were closer to Kalkran, which is further south. Okay. Okay. Blue back of the car with a little bit of an antenna peeking out. A reddish like house. Okay, we have like poles. House back there. Long and winding road. Okay, what am I thinking here? I'm thinking Europe for sure. Just some like the style of houses and everything. Is it ever like... I'm thinking like France on one hand. Like it could be France, right? But then wouldn't I see French poles? Well, I guess like it could just not be French poles around. But I'm also thinking like over here, like, you know, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia. But I don't know if it's really giving those. I think we're definitely... Ooh, actually, are we ever like Latvia, Lithuania? Could be. I'm not really sure here. I think it's for sure Europe, so we'll get the continent right, but I fear I may be very far with the correct country. So we'll go in Lithuania, and I'll see where I am. I don't feel too confident about this, though. So let's see. Okay, honestly, it was a bordering country, so we'll take it. Not the best guess, but not the worst guess I've had this video. It was in Poland. We were near Krakow, and it was 3.6. Okay. Okay, well, we have Korean on the sign, so I'm gonna guess that we're in Korea. And we have a sign back there, okay. Black back of the car. It is very, like, foresty and, like, hilly here. Kind of confusing me. Is there a place name on this? Okay. I don't know. Nothing that I can tell, like, from that sign. Like, I can, like, read out the letters in Korean, but I don't know, like, what the words or whatever mean. And I don't see any, like, place names that I recognize. But it's very, like, foresty, mountainy. Back of the car. Is it ever, like, Jeju? It could be. I mean, there's, like... Where are there big mountains, though, in Korea otherwise? You know what? I'm gonna go with it. Because, like, honestly, I feel like it's such, like, an interesting round for Korea. But, like, the fact that I'm not, like, immediately, like, oh, I think I know where it is. Maybe it is in Jeju. So we'll go here and we'll see where we are. Okay, we were actually closer to Busan, but a little bit north of Busan near... Closer to Changnyeong. Okay. We got 4.2K there, so not horrible. Not great. Yellow middle. We have a license plate that has red text on like a white background. Okay. Pole. Sky. I'm thinking Canada or the US here. The red text on the license plate is interesting because it reminds me of like a Massachusetts plate, but low-key, why do I think this is Canada and not the US? But if I think it's like a Massachusetts flight, like maybe we're like up here, you know? I wish I could move and see like the signs, like, you know, the maximum or the speed limit or whatever. I don't know, the vibe is just giving Canada more to me than US. But it could just be like kind of close to the border. Do I want to go into Quebec? I feel like I'll go near Lac Bouchette. I don't know if I'm even in the right country here, but low-key it's giving Canada to me. And I don't know where. I'll go here and we'll see where we are, but hopefully we're at least in the right country. Ooh, okay. So we were in the right country, so we'll take that dub, but we were in New Brunswick, which like I was like briefly considering for a moment, but I was like not sure if I wanted to commit that far east, and then we were near Brisdale and Cormier village. Okay. Ooh, okay. Cam is Holy Pole. We have, is that the A, upside down A pole top, or is that just like bent or something? Okay, I low-key see the A. So, India for sure. Which pull top is that? Is that a Madhya Pradesh pull top, or was that Maharashtra? I remember learning this at some point, like the upside down with like the A on the top of the pole, but I don't remember exactly where it is. I'm leaning more towards Maharashtra, so I'll go near Python and we'll see where we are. But I think we're in the right country for sure. Okay, so not a great region guess. We're closer to Rewa in, is it Uttar Pradesh? Or was it Madhya Pradesh? I think so. Okay, well, clearly I need to restudy my India pull top metas. Well, I got 18.6k there, so still have a lot to learn and a long time before I can become a Geoguessr Pro, but that is okay. So that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video of me playing on the Pro World map of Geoguessr. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. I'll also have the map linked in the description if you want to try it out yourself. Thank you so much again for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to French Vanilla, and have a great day.